Hello everyone, my name is Dee and welcome to Books and Quirks. Today I decided to do another Top 5 Wednesday. I haven't done one of these in quite some time. Just the topics haven't called out to me. But I thought this one was interesting and something that I can do. And it is the top 5 best SFF cover art that you can find on books. So I picked 5 that I think that to my taste, I think are really pretty and really nice, and I'll show them to you now. And they're in no particular order, so I'm just gonna pull them out as they come in my little pile here. So at number 5, I have New York 2140. This is a new release, or a newish release. It was released a couple months ago, and it is a futuristic. It takes place a couple hundred years in the future, or actually in the year 2140, so a little over 100 years in the future. And because of climate change, a lot of, islands and coastal towns are now underwater. And this takes place in New York City. New York City is underwater. And now, instead of streets, there are canals. And it's sort of kind of like Venice, like the buildings, for the most part, are underwater. And now they mostly use the skyscrapers. And the skyscrapers are like islands in and of itself, with an entire population and culture and everything. It's really, really strange. I haven't yet read it, but I've been excited to read this. It is quite a chunker. It's like a brick holding it up. So I really have to find time when I can dedicate a whole lot of time to this book. And yeah, it's just an adult's SFF, and I thought the cover was really, really interesting, and that's why I picked it, because you can really see the buildings as islands and the canals replacing the streets. And this is by Kim Stanley Robinson. So at number 4, I chose 1,000 Pieces of You, which is the first book in the Firebird trilogy, and I just thought this cover was amazing. So this is a book that is about parallel worlds and the multiverse, and the main character is able to jump in between different parallel worlds. And on this cover, you can see it's just so beautiful. First of all, the colors, but then you can see like a modern city. I'm not sure. I think it's supposed to be Chicago, maybe. I'm not sure. But I can't remember the main city. And then down here, upside down is sort of a Russian alternate universe. So I really thought that was really interesting. And it's just so beautiful. I mean, I absolutely love this trilogy. And yeah, it's a really pretty cover. And it really has to do with the plot of the book, because a lot of the book takes place in an alternate version of Russia as well. So it's just amazing. So at number 3, I picked Perfect by Cecilia Ahern. This is the second book in the Flawed trilogy. And I know what you're thinking, why did I pick this? It's so plain. There's nothing there except the title. But the reason I picked this is because in this series, the actual cover art is done as well. And it's really interesting, I thought. This is a world, a dystopian world where perfection is, where everyone is supposed to be perfect. And if you are deemed flawed, you are literally branded. And, a flaw can be, and it depends on what you do wrong. Like if you lie, you would be branded on your tongue. If you stole, it would be branded on your hands. If there are just so many different brands that you can have on you, and flawed are like second-class citizens. So the flawed people in this society are sort of demonized, and the main character in this book thinks that she's perfect, and then she finds out that she is flawed. She has compassion for a flawed person, and that is a flaw in and of itself. It's really interesting. It really is thought-provoking, I thought. And this is actually the second book, and I have to read this book. It just came out recently, I think a month ago. At number 2, I picked Progeny, The Progeny by Tosca Lee. This is a beautiful, beautiful cover, which is why I picked it. This book follows, it's an adult fantasy, and it follows a young woman who figures out that she's the descendant of Elizabeth Bathory. Elizabeth Bathory was a real person, a countess in Hungary in the Middle Ages, I think. And she is thought to be the first serial killer on record. She killed a lot of her ladies in waiting, ladies' maids, and things like that. I actually don't know to this day how many people she killed. But in this book, it follows, like I said, a young woman who is a descendant of Elizabeth Bathory. And when the book starts, she has no memory of who she is, why she has no memory, and she just has to try to figure things out for herself. And there is this elite group that for centuries has been tasked with eliminating any descendant of Elizabeth Bathory and basically killing them. So this is action-packed. It's absolutely wonderful. My summary is not giving it justice. I really enjoyed this book. And the second book, Firstborn, is the name of it. It's actually coming out today. So I'm filming this on Tuesday, so it's coming out May 2nd. But this will go up tomorrow on Wednesday. So yes, definitely highly recommend, and the cover art is undeniably, in my opinion, gorgeous. And at number 1, I picked Geminal or Illuminae, whichever one you want to choose from this series. This Illuminae had a reddish cover, and this is blue. And I don't know what it is about these covers, but I absolutely love them. And what I love even more for the hardcover is that, once again, the hardback, just like in Flawed and Perfect, is completely done with art as well, or with text in this case. And it sort of tells you what this book is about. It's just, I don't know, I love these covers. The end pages are beautiful too. It's like clouds. So pretty. This is sort of a futuristic space opera, and I just absolutely adore these. So Illuminae is the first book in the series, and it follows 2 different characters who are on different space stations after the planet is attacked. And they sort of, they're also exes. They were together, they recently broke up, but they still can communicate with one another, and through chats and different things, and they sort of have to struggle with the realities of their new life. And each book in the series follows different characters, but the same kind of overarching plot. And also these books, and you probably know this, you've probably seen it, but they're told in completely different ways. So they're told in the form of chats and emails and schematics and news clippings and journal clippings and all sorts of things. Some of it is, you know, on black screen. Some of it is just like, you know, one line of text. It's just amazing. Everything about this book is amazing. Not only the cover art, which this Top 5 Wednesday is all about, but actually the inside of this book is beautiful as well. So I just love these books. And yeah, so these are the 5 I picked. I mean, I could have picked any Marissa Meyer book and that would have fit right into this category, or any Sarah J. Maas book, because I think all of those covers are absolutely gorgeous, but I figured a lot of people would probably pick those, so I tried to pick gorgeous covers that were not from those authors. But that is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this Top 5 Wednesday. I'll try to do more in the future. I just haven't, like I said, the topics haven't really called to me. But that is all I have for you today. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.